Who will be picked the most during Champion Select at Worlds? What do you think, Chad? Maokai, Ornn, Aatrox, Wukong, Poppy, Renekton. I think Renekton is a decent bet, but you have to imagine picked means the champion has to be open. The champion has to be open. And I think Lee Sin is Giga Copium. I don't see it, bro. Okay, my pick is... That's my pick. Because Aatrox didn't get nerfed, didn't get buffed, and was quite popular in every region at the end of the split. There's a lot of top laners that got nerfed. The only way I see Aatrox not being high priority is because Chinese and Korean top laners play Fiora, Jax, and you can play Fiora into Aatrox, and if it goes well, you can really fist the Aatrox, with the Fiora especially. Who will be banned the most during Champion Select at Worlds? So this is a hard one. This is actually very hard. Because keep in mind, it goes from play-ins all the way to finals. So we have to also include playing games. And there's a lot of playing games with a lot of different teams. And especially in play-ins, the meta will not be 100% confirmed yet. By the way, preferably, if you are very smart, you do these pick'ems in 5 days. Why do you do it in 5 days? Because there are websites that analyze champion win rates in solo queue, and if Hecarim is a bad champion in solo queue, surely he will not be banned in competitive all the time, right? At this point, I actually cannot say. It's very early. It's very, very hard. That's why I think Caitlyn as a lane bully is more likely to be strong and banned a lot if she is actually strong. But there's also then a world that Caitlyn is just useless champion, right? And people don't play it. Okay, so the next choice is who will have the highest win rate at Worlds? Minimum 5 games played. Wow, that's a fucking hard one. But this is champions, right? Okay. It has to be a counter pick of some sort that is not being picked often, but when it gets picked, it's a big dick. In my opinion, it really has to be niche counter pick. I mean, Lissandra is not really that niche. So that's why I'm thinking Fiora, Yone. Actually, Yone is not a bad pick. Actually, I'm gonna go with Yone. Okay, I'm gonna go with Yone because I think Yone is a chat champion with big balls. That's why I like it. Chat champion with big balls. I don't think Singed will be played 5 times. That's why I don't want to put Singed. Who will be played in the most different roles at Worlds? Okay, this is hard. This is really hard. This is very hard. Because you need to find a champion that will play at 3 roles. 3 roles is safe bet. 3 roles is safe bet. 2 roles is not enough. It has to be 3. I think it's Seraphine, Maokai, Sejuani, or Yasuo. Okay, fuck it. Let's just put Maokai for now. Okay, who will have the most total deaths at Worlds? Okay, so I understand if you are from low elo, you would put Yasuo, right? But now think about it. Helisank, chat. That's a fair guess, but it's about a champion, not a player. I would say it has to be support that makes engage happen. I'm thinking Nautilus. I think Nautilus is honestly the best we can do. Because I think Nautilus is quite versatile as a support, so I do see him being picked. And I also see him running it down in half of the games, because when you fall behind, you die a lot. Okay, players. Who will have the highest KD at Worlds? I mean, that's easy. That's easy. That's very easy. Who will be the most different... Oh, wait, that's super simple. Who will get at least 1... I mean, that's like super easy. Who will get the most first... I mean, that's like no-brainer. Who will get the most kills in a single game of... I don't know why they made it so Jankos specific, but... Anyone has any arguments why this is not true? Anyone wants to get banned from the chat? Speak up now. Okay, let's do it seriously now. So the highest KDA is Ruler. Why do I think Ruler is because he has a big dick and he is an AD carry. AD carry needs good positioning, and the meta AD carries won't necessarily. I mean, besides Kai'Sa, they don't die easily. As an AD carry in this meta, you don't die, especially when your team is very good and plays around you, and you know they do happen to play around Ruler a lot, right? I think Upset has a chance if Fnatic doesn't make it to quarters. Okay, next. Who will play the most different champions at Worlds? So again, this is very difficult. For the Pentakill, you can install a Ruler or Gala. Yeah, I think Pentakill is easy. I'm gonna go with Gala. So my thought process. Why am I gonna go with Gala when it comes to Pentakill? That is very simple. Gala is playing in play-ins. So Gala is playing, RNG is in the same group as DRX, SGB, MAD, Wildcats, and Isurus. And I believe that against one of those teams, Gala is gonna lock in probably Kai'Sa, because you know he's famous for pentakilling with Kai'Sa, and then he's just going to get a pentakill. If it's not Gala, it could be Ruler or Viper. Who will play the most event champions at Worlds? This is a very tough one. Lehens? Yeah, it could be support or top laner. I will go with Xiao, but this pick is like, I don't know, it's a bit random, you know. Like Xiao is a bit random, but I just think that, again, we go back to play-ins, and in play-ins, technically, RNG can play many fucking random champs, you know. Okay, who will get the most first blood kills at the tournament? I will stay with myself just because of Copium. Who will get the most kills in a single game at Worlds? Play-ins. 100% play-ins, chat. 100% play-ins. It could also be... This could be also Upset. Actually. Because Upset is also in play-ins, and Fnatic group stage is actually easier than RNG's. They are Beyond Gaming, Detonation, Focus Me, Loud, Chief Esports, and Evil Geniuses. Upset has COVID. Yeah, I'm aware, but assuming he makes Worlds. Okay, teams. Which team will win Worlds? I'm gonna go with Gen G because they had a very strong performance in. they had a very strong performance in LCK. Okay, Chad, I think we have to just go with G2. There's no other way. We just leave it. Which team will place first in Group A? I need group draw. Group A. T1, EDG, Cloud9, and most likely Fnatic. Oh, it's play-ins. That's Fnatic for sure then. It's play-ins. Yeah, it's Fnatic. 100% Fnatic. Okay. COVID-free Fnatic. Can I write it? COVID-free bot lane in Mexico Fnatic. Which team will place first in... Oh, this is RNG, I think. Which team from a region with 2 seats or less will advance furthest through Worlds? Okay, you know why I will go with GAM?
Do you want to say that
because GAM is VCS, we screamed at MSI, I think they were a good team. And on top of that, Gigabyte Marines are already in the group stage. This is important, chat. This is important. Gigabyte Marines are already in group stage. Saigon Buffalo, Chiefs, Isurus, Flying Oriesters, I think Flying Oriesters are already in group stage as well. They are in group... No, CFO. Yeah, so Flying Oriesters are in group D, and they are for sure not making it out because this group will be with RNG. So I just don't see them making it out. So I'm just gonna go with Gigabyte Marines if somehow they can be Tess or Rogue. I just has to be Gigabyte Marines. Like, this just has to be. Which team will play the most different champions at Worlds? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Like, oh, wow. G2? That's Giga Copium, chat. That's Giga Copium. This has to be a team that will advance the furthest, but at the same time, technically, not always the... Yeah, not always the longer you go, you get like the better stuff done, because meta becomes very stale further into tournament. I feel like, you know, there could be some safe bets, but I feel like RNG because of planes again. Jensen will club Faker this year. Cloud9 is better than G2. You see, this is why I like NA fans, because they always have so many hopes going into Worlds, and then they all get always shattered. Same as EG had very high hopes going to MSI. Now they have high hopes going into Worlds, and it always ends the same way. These teams. Actually, I would just go with RNG, just because I think they at least make quarters. How many reverse swaps will be there at Worlds? Bro, no fucking way. Was there ever a reverse swap at Worlds? I think zero. I think zero. Bro, like, I think zero. Fnatic Tess. Oh, Tess 3-0 them, right? After losing 2-0. But that was like, what? 2000 what? 2020? Normally, when you are 0-2 down, you are mentally broken. And you... Yeah, of course, there were some reverse swap in LPL, right? I just think it's different on the world stage as well. Big audience. How many penalties would there ever do? Oh, so this is... What? Okay, 3+, chat. 3. This is safe. You know it is safe because I think some pentakills will already happen in planes. I think 3+ is not that crazy. I really think 3+ is not that crazy. I think 3+ is very, very possible. Just get better mental. It's not that easy.
Get better mental, duh.
I actually think this is quite decent bet. 3+. What will be the duration of the longest single game at what? Holy shit. That is a hard one. 55+, I feel like, is unlikely in this meta. Because whoever gets Elder wins the game. And there are some games that, you know, last 55+, but that's like really like one in a lifetime. And most of the games in planes are gonna be very short. Okay, the important part to consider here is when you play on stage in front of big audience, like 2,000 people to 10,000 or 15, depends on like what stage of the tournament, right? You make shit your pants. And what I mean by that is people can play more safe, right? And when you play safe and you play slow, games last longer. But the Riot made game change, like the past couple of years, Riot made changes to the game that really support closing the games weaker. That being Dragon Soul completely fucking strong, New Drakes really fucking strong, Dragon Soul like I just said, Elder Dragon completely imbalanced, Nashor gives you a huge lead, right? 45 is a nice time. Yeah, 45 is a nice time, but just because it looks nice, it doesn't mean that it will happen, right? I kind of want to go with 50, 55. How many bounces will there be at the Worlds? Wow. These questions are like super hard, bro. There is also a jungler from Europe that is pretty known at like having good smites. That will also play at least 6 games. Madra. Yeah, Leoya, Madra, and Razor. You are completely right. These 3. Maybe inspired if you consider him European. Okay, I'm gonna go with 6-8. I'm gonna go with the higher number just because of the amount of games played. Yeah, so this is like... This is so random, no?
Ollie donated $2.
This is complete RNG.
Go Monko.
But okay, sure, let's go with Cloud. I think this is complete RNG. This actually just doesn't matter. Like, it actually is, like, you can pick whatever you want. And apparently Cloud Drake is very popular in NA, in LCS. Apparently Cloud is very, very popular in LCS, so we can go with Cloud. But it actually just doesn't matter.